All right.
Okay, so first of all, tell me why you think you're sitting here now. Why was it a unanimous vote?
I think I'm sitting here now because they had to take a bigger target out, a better competitor is what I've been told, while it's still early enough in the game.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'd like to think so.
Did you try to secure any votes, or as you were talking to people, did you realize they just weren't there, or?
I knew that I would have had to need 4 votes to win, so once I heard that 3 of them were for sure against me, I just knew that it was over at that point.
Okay.
So I didn't do much talking in the week.
So do you think there was anything you could have done differently to not be sitting here now, or?
I guess probably keep the communication going the whole time. Talking to even the people that I don't like, I gotta still like communicate with and know where their heads are at.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if I would have done that from week 1, I would have built more alliances than just a couple.
Yeah. Was the game what you expected it to be, or is it different, or what are your thoughts on?
I've still never seen an episode of Big Brother, so I didn't know what to expect, but it turned out well. It met my expectations.
Okay, so earlier on you made an alliance with Taylor and Emmanuel, Andrea. You were the core 4. And
Yeah.
Taylor and Emmanuel left, and do you think that had an impact at all of you being out now, the fact that your kind of group of 4 was out so early?
Yeah, I mean, really, we were a group of 4, but we were only 3 votes. So once they were gone, I really only had like 1 vote that would help me. So every vote helps, and having only 1 vote that you can count on really hurts at the end. So that's when I branched out towards Ronnie and Anthony a bit, but I think it was a little too late.
So last week when you were out was team week. Do you think that had any factor into you being out, or do you think the teams didn't affect this too much?
I think the teams didn't affect it much. It would have helped me one if I would have had like MJ and Felicia on my team, because then that would have been 2 votes for
Right.
sure. But else, unless the teams would have worked out perfectly, I think I would have been gone either way.
Okay. So looking forward, who are you rooting for? Like, who do you want to see do well?
I guess I'd be rooting for Ronnie, because I've just known her the longest, and she's always been nice and good TA. So I guess go Ronnie. Else Andrea would be runner up.
Okay. Also, kind of something I want to ask about was last week. So Taylor and Emmanuel first, and last week was Michael, and then you. Do you think Anthony could be in trouble? I mean, it's all guys so far the last 3 weeks.
I was shot him a text, and he said, I got to go with the majority of the house, and I was telling him all the votes are unanimous. They don't know who you vote for. So I said, if I'm gone, you are literally the last man standing. So I think he'll be gone soon enough.
Seems kind of you were in the same boat as Michael almost last week when he was trying to get majority and he was trying to sway it and people want to vote in the majority that way too.
Yeah, I knew I was kind of doomed. So like, as soon as I knew 3 votes were against me and I couldn't change it, I kind of forgot about the game for the week. It was done.
One more thing I want to ask about too is you talked about at one point there's certain people, or you said that you felt like you weren't liked by a lot of people. Why do you think that was, or who in particular do you think? Natasha.
Yeah, sure.
But
I don't think it's a personal dislike. I think it's more of a strategic dislike, if that makes sense. Like, they don't want a stronger competitor in later in the game, so they don't like me. So they want me gone. I'm not sure if they dislike me as a person or not. I'd hope not. But I just didn't branch out to them early enough in the game, so they had to make an enemy, is the way I see it.
Okay. Well, overall, did you have fun with it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, good. Did it take more time than you thought it would, or did you think about it a lot, like outside of when we were doing game stuff, or were you able to put it aside and still do school, or?
I didn't think about it much until I was on the block. I kind of put it behind me. Just the meetings Sundays through Tuesdays, they were short. It wasn't bad. Just a few of my days I had responsibilities, but it was doable.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you played.
Thank you.
It was fun.
Yeah, I had fun.
I'm sad to see you go.